All right, guys, since I'm not here, we're gonna go through the notes like this. If you are in a class that already hit some of these notes, feel free to fast forward, but make sure you don't miss anything. And please, 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 hopefully you're watching this on closed caption, listen to what I say. Don't just sit there and read, because you won't read and won't do very good, and you'll miss all my wonderful jokes, if I have any today. All right, so we're talking sequences. You see the two different types of sequences. We have arithmetic and geometric. Make sure you say those correctly. Arithmetic, geometric. Arithmetic involves the adding, subtracting, and has a common difference. That's the number you add or subtract. Geometric involves multiplying, not dividing. We're not going to use dividing, and it involves a common ratio. All right, now we're going to talk about those common ratios. So if we look at the top part, the arithmetic, I'm going to write something here I need you to make sure you have, and that is your shortcut. I'm going to write shortcut for this, is to always subtract backwards. That is your key. When you subtract backwards, you will not only know what the common difference is, but you'll be able to find it very easily. If you just try to figure it out, it may work. Like this first one, you can tell it's going up 2 each time. Okay, so the common difference is going to be plus 2. That makes sense. On the second one, you may not know. So what you do, I'm going to put a little arrow there so it doesn't look like a minus, is you subtract backwards. -5 minus 0 equals -5. 0 minus 5 equals -5. 5 minus 10 equals -5. You can do that all the way through. If you do that on your calculator, it'll tell you the same number every time. If it does, that's your common ratio. Or common difference. I don't know why I said common ratio, so hopefully you changed it before before it showed up. Anyway, the second one is geometric. Geometric, the shortcut, is to divide backwards. That is how you can always get the common ratio. And that one, you really want to be able to do that, because if you don't, you're going to, unfortunately, run into some pitfalls where you can't quite tell. Like on the first one, 2, -4, 8, -16, 32. You'll eventually see this one, but for right now, you probably don't see it. So you wanted to go backwards so you can get that common ratio, and go 32 divided by -16, and that gives you -2. And -16 divided by 8 gives you -2. So you're already seeing it here. And 8 divided by -4 gives you -2, which tells you that the common ratio is -2. Next, we'll look at the second example. And in this case, you probably can't see it. You can do this a lot of ways. If it's a good sequence, well, you can go 1/3 divided by 1, but that's probably going to be weird for you to put in the calculator. So go 1 divided by 3 and get 1/3. Go 3 divided by 9 and get 1/3. Go 9 divided by 27 and get 1/3. And you can see that all of these are 1/3, so it's 1/3, not divided by 3. Don't put divided by 3 because it will mess things up later. It's times 1/3. And you can see that if you put that in the calculator, 27 times 1/3 is 9, 9 times 1/3 is 3, and so forth. Okay, now down here is where we're going to check to see if you've been paying attention. Go ahead and, in a moment, pause the video, go through and check each one of these and determine, is it going to be arithmetic and put an A? Is it going to be geometric and put a G? Or is it going to be neither? And it can possibly be neither. There are lots and lots of different equations or sequences out there. We're only studying 2. So anything that's not arithmetic or geometric today is just neither. Doesn't mean it's none or it doesn't exist. It just means neither. Okay? So for each one, when you figure out if it's arithmetic or geometric, I want you to also figure out what is the common ratio or the common difference. So for example, on the first one, you'll notice this one goes up by adding 3 each time, and I can check that by doing 49 minus 46 and 46 minus 43 and so forth. So it is definitely arithmetic, and the common difference is plus 3. So I want you to write D equals plus 3. Do that for all 9 of these, and then check back. I'm going to pause it here. Then check back for the answers. There you go. Now you can check your answers after you've paused it, hopefully, not just copy the answers. The only one that really needs to be spoken about is the fourth one there. That's a neither. You can see it's going up by 2, it's going up by 3, it's going up by 4, it's going up by 5. That's a totally different type of sequence that we're not going to study, even though you can probably figure out the next 3 terms if I ask you to. The rest of them are a little more straightforward there. For this next part, we'll do the same thing. You can pause the video, go through and try each one of these. For the top, you're going to be determining the common difference and find the next three terms. For the next section, you're going to find the common ratio and find the next three terms. So that gives you an idea of what you're doing there. These are going to all be arithmetic and these are going to be all geometric. Practice using the backwards subtraction and the backwards division. All right, there you go. You can check all your answers to make sure you've done it correctly. Look at both the common difference and common ratio, which I put there on the left, and look at the next three terms. Also notice that on the common ratio, none of those are division. Even the ones that, like on the last one where you're probably dividing by 5, you don't want to use divided by 5. You want to use the 0.2, which is what you would get when you do backwards division. It would tell you 0.2. So let's go ahead and come up with some equations for these, or some formulas. We started this the other day with when we went through our little warm-up, but for arithmetic, we have this. We have a sub x equals a sub 1 plus d times x minus 1. As most of you have probably already figured out, this is your first term of your sequence. This is your change, or your common difference. And finally, the x is the term you're looking for. So if you're looking for the 50th term, you'll put 50 there, but as we've talked about before already, you're not going to add the difference 50 times to get there. You're going to add it 49, which is why the minus 1. That formula will get you the correct term every single time. For geometric, it's very similar. You start with the first term, like before, but then instead of adding, you're going to multiply by the common ratio, how much it's changing, and instead of times x minus 1, it's going to be to the power of x minus 1. So that's the key thing. Make sure you put the exponent. Remember, on your calculator, you're going to look for the button that has a upwards triangle like that, so that it goes up there, and then when you want to come back down, you hit the right arrow. But again, this is the first term. This is the common ratio, and this would be the term you're looking for. Next, we're going to try 4 arithmetic sequences, so you give a little help there. You know it's going to be arithmetic. So I put the equation above, or the formula above. So for this first one, a sub 1 would be 30, because that's your first term. The difference is, if you do the backward subtraction, that 110 minus 70 is 40, 70 minus 30 is 40. And the term we're looking for is the 20th. So that means, when we plug this in, we'll have our first term plus the difference times the term we're looking for minus 1. So we put that in the calculator, and our resulting number is 790. That means the 20th term is 790. Now I want you to try the next 3. For the next one, determine the 25th term. For the third one, the 15th term, and for the last one, the 40th term. And then, so go ahead and pause it, and then check your answers here in just a moment. Okay, take a second to check your answers. If you don't get those answers, check with your neighbor, find out if they got the same thing or what they did and how you made mistakes, and fix them. For this next section, we're going to look at geometric sequences. Same thing. You can see on there that these are all geometric. Now I put the formula on there. It's kind of hard. There's not as much space there. One thing I want you to check, make sure that your packet says the 5th, the 9th, the 7th, and the 10th. There have been some copies that didn't have that before I made the changes, so just double check so you're not finding the 20th of all of them. All right, so we'll do the first one together. This one's 5, 15, 45. We do our reverse, our backwards division. 45 over 15 is 3, and 15 over 5 is 3. That tells us our ratio is 3. Our first term is 5, and we are looking for the 5th term. So we will have, let me erase that, we will have 5 times 3, and then up to the power of 5 minus 1. So if we put that in our calculator, we should get 405. So if you didn't get 405, keep practicing putting that in the calculator so that you do, but that should be the answer you get. Now once you do that and you're satisfied that you can find 405, go through and try the next three. Make sure you find the 9th, the 7th, and the 10th term, and then come back to the video and double check your work. There you go, check your answers. Again, if you didn't get something, go back and keep trying plugging things in the calculator. I try to put parentheses around things that you might need to be worried about. Make sure you can get those answers because those are the correct answers. Now that you've finished all this, use your packet, go back to Canvas, go look for today's date, and there's a Delta Math assignment where you will continue to practice. Make sure when you practice you get a piece of blank paper from my desk. You're going to write down all your work on that paper. Don't turn it in today. Don't give it to the sub. You're going to give it to me on the next class so that I know what you accomplished. You should be able to accomplish this all with no trouble getting it all done during class period. So there's no excuse. It needs to be done before class next time I see you, where we'll take a quiz and spend a few minutes reviewing, but it won't be very long. We'll take a quiz and then we'll head towards our next topic, which will be the test. Thank you.